Well, good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. My name is Jim Grove, and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center, and I greet all of you with Namaste. Namaste is ancient Sanskrit and stands for the divinity within me, recognizes the divinity in each and every one of you. And I want to say a special welcome to those who are joining us via Zoom, or not Zoom, excuse me, but by YouTube or Facebook live this morning, or joining us at a later time. And we just know that you will receive a blessing from this morning's service. So we have a great service this morning. Our musician is Felicia Rose, who has been with us before. So let's give her a big welcome. And our Reverend Theresa is back with us this morning, so yes. And not only that, but today is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to everyone who is a father. And if you would, those of you who are a father, a grandfather, who have stood in as a father figure for someone, please stand and let us give some love to you. Females as well. Everyone, thank you so much. So the month's theme is Holy Boldness, and today is Unstoppable and Unbounded, and I can't wait to hear what Reverend Theresa has to say about that this morning. So with that, let's just go into prayer as we open our service. And just know with me that there is one power, one presence that is all love, all good. And that power and presence is within each and every one of us. We are one with it. It expresses through us individually. And to the extent that we open to it is the extent to which we experience it. So right now I affirm for everyone that wonderful divine experience of bold holiness, holy boldness, and also the unstoppable, unbounded, unfettered way that this divine presence acts through each and every one of us. And I just know that this service unfolds in all its beauty, all of its perfection, and I bless it for every single one of us now. I release this with thanksgiving, knowing it's so, and so it is. Felicia Rose.
Okay, this was my dad's favorite song. He's in the heavenly realms right now. If I fly feel response. Gotta follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. Gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Gotta follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. Gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. You gotta follow your heart. You gotta listen to your dreams. You gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Gotta follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. Gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Gotta follow your gotta listen. Listen to your dreams. Feel your soul and learn to breathe. Ooh, always, always follow your heart. Listen to your dreams, no matter how crazy they may seem. Always follow your heart. Always follow your heart. Always, here we go. Gotta follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. Gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Gotta follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. Gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. You gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. You gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Gotta follow your heart. Gotta listen to your dreams. You gotta feel your soul and learn to breathe. Always, always follow your heart. Listen to your dreams. Follow your heart.
Good morning, everyone. So good to see you today. I'm reading for a book called Petals of Grace. It's by a guru, Sai Ma, that I saw one time, and I literally floated out of my chair just being in her presence. I think this is an invitation to really find that boldness within ourselves. The chapter is called Awaken to the Truth of Your Being. Human beings spend their time looking outwards. They forget the temple of God inside the heart. Now is the time to go within, to connect within, to explore. Now is the time to step into mastery. Now is the time to be pure radiance, to radiate your love, to radiate your truth. Whoop, there goes an earring. It's time to consciously anchor the divine qualities that are within you, consciously call forth all you have ever hoped to be, call that forth within yourself and anchor it in reality. Everything is within you: abundance, wisdom, truth, light, and healing energy for yourself and for others. It is all within you. So know that everything you see in me, not me, the guru, is possible for you. It is yours to be, but you must claim it. It is yours to share, but you must radiate it. It is all about consciousness and awareness. It's about opening, receiving, activating, anchoring, and owning. This life is about you. It is not about so many of the things that you're attached to. It's about you finding who you are, expressing who you are, and owning who you are. So say to yourself, I am the embodiment of God. I am truth. I am love. I am abundance. I am all there is. Let divine joy fill you. Let divine love fill you. Let divine peace be your reality. Visualize yourself as the sacred fire. See yourselves as the flames of the sacred fire. Go inside your heart to find the blue flame in your heart and spread it through your entire body. Bring it into your organs, glands, chakras. Feel it burn in your brain. Extend it out through all of your subtle bodies and into your aura. Now consciously identify with the reality you choose to embody in this lifetime. Consciously call forth the truth that you choose to embody. Consciously anchor the reality you choose to call forth. I am that I am.
Okay, well, I think I picked a good next song. It's called I Am. When the darkness comes and I cannot see the sun, pain is gripping tight like a viper in the night. It's hard to remember who you are. You are a child of God, no matter how old you are. I am, I am. I am, I am. I am, I am a child of God. That's it. Everyone sing. I am, I am. I am, I am. I am, I am a child of God. I am, I am. I am, I am.
Wowzer. Wow, thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Camille. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Jim. I don't know how many of you actually read what I write on that little blog that goes out. Usually on Thursday. It went out on Friday this week. But that's all they had to go by on what I was speaking on today. Now, when I get through with my message, you're going to be like, what? Amazing, spot on what I was talking about. So the title is Unbounded and Unstoppable. And you know, how in the context of holy boldness, when we really step into that, how do we show up unbounded and unstoppable? Well, I got some real good tips last week when Bobby and I spent the week with our 7-year-old twins and the 4-year-old little brother, Penn, our grandsons, right? The 4-year-old thinks he's the leader of the free world. Penn, I love you if you're watching. But if you say the sky is blue, no, it's not. It's what other color he happens to be thinking it is right now, right? It's yellow, whatever. I told Bobby on the way home that I was going to need to do some serious work on my self-esteem after that week, you know, because apparently I don't know anything. And that's good, right? That's good. Man, kids got it. They got it. They got it if they're being raised as my grandchildren are being raised, as I raised my children to be bold. I raised my kids to use their voice. I raised my kids to be determined, to be self-sufficient, to be independent. Damn, that was hard at times. That was hard at times. And it's challenging for children at times when you raise them to be that way, because other adults don't necessarily want them to be that way, right? But what I know is very worthy, and my children, I feel, are successes. So I think it works. I think it works to raise our kids to be confident and competent and all of that. I think that's what we all want. I think that if we believe that the sky is yellow, we want to be able to say the sky is yellow and not be condemned for it. If we think a different way, if we see things from a different perspective, we want to have that, not just grace, but that real power, that real punch, that boldness, that holy boldness to say it, right? To say it. So your power to declare your truth, because it is embedded in truth, or when it is embedded in truth, is creative. It's really powerfully creative. And we want to recognize that for ourselves, because with that carries a responsibility. And we're going to talk about that this morning. Ernest Holmes says that there's an urge to live creatively that comes from the divine imagination. From the divine imagination, that it pushes itself out into expression through us. I'm paraphrasing. But that's how it comes into form. And we grab it with our imagination. It's keen, it's really important that we do that, because the fact is, whether the sky is yellow, blue, whatever, it's unlimited. There's no dome up there. We know that now, don't we? As a society, we figured that out. There's no dome. There's no end. It is limitless. It is truly limitless. So let us be unbounded and unstoppable, unlimited. Here's the affirmation for today. I am free from limitations and unstoppable in God. Let's try that. I am free from limitations and unstoppable in God. Do you believe it? And how do you know if you really believe it? How do you know? I want you to feel your body right now. Did it feel constricted? Does it feel a little tense to say that? Or does it feel free? Do you feel enthusiastic? You don't have to answer me. We're going to look at that. Because if there's a tension there, if there's a tightness there, if we're constricted when we think that I am free from limitations and yet we go, there's an incongruency there. You know, if your body's not, if your body's like, you know, then we want to figure out what that is, what that tension is, and how to release it. Yeah. So today we want to figure out how to be our best selves, our loosey-goosey best selves, our best selves without limit, our best selves like a 4-year-old, like a 7-year-old, you know, those best selves, right? So that we can boldly declare what it is, like Camille read, what it is that we're here to do, to be, what our authentic light really is, to shine. What I know is that you're unlimited. That is your nature, to be unlimited and to be a creative being. And so we want to use that imagination, like you read about. We want to use it for our highest and best good, and not just for our own, but for everyone. Our highest and best good works for the whole world. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. So we want to find a workaround where we think obstacles are the problems, that we have challenges and they're in the way. We want to have a workaround for those obstacles to become opportunities for us, right? And I know that we can do it because in reality, we are the only things holding ourselves back. And I know that sounds like ouch, and you don't like when I say it to you, and it's true. And it's true. It's true for me. It's true for me. It's true for me. And it really lies in our perception. The way that we're reading a situation, the way that we're going to swallow the pill, the way that we are going to assess what is before us. For one person, you know, you've heard the story of the elephant and all the people come and, they're blindfolded and they're going to tell you what it is. Well, one person's at the trunk, one's at the tail, one's at the foot, one's at the side. It's all different, right? Our perception of what we're in can shift. It can greatly shift. And, people like Harriet Tubman, I don't know that many of us are in a place like Harriet Tubman. And not only did she survive, but she helped others survive. Her story is amazing and brilliant. And she's a divine being, just as each one of us are, And the bookstores are filled with books about amazing people that have done amazing things. And they are no different than you or I. They're no different. They're no different. Yeah. So I implore you to use your imagination to kickstart this. The New Thought pioneer Neville Goddard said that our creative power is the divine creative power. It's the divine creative power, and we use it, it becomes our savior. Bold words, but I believe it's true. So today I want us to shift our attitude, our outlook, our willingness to persevere, to persist, to be resilient. And that requires that we take responsibility. And that's a word many people also kind of makes them uncomfortable. I love the word. And I love the word discipline. And I know this isn't the first time you've heard me say that. I love those words. I love to take responsibility for expanding my own consciousness. And then what I know about that is when I take that responsibility, I'm doing the best thing I can for the whole world. Because I do not live in a vacuum, nor do you. And so every little thing that we do turn our perspective around when we think we're facing a problem or an obstacle. It really helps all of us. It helps all of us. And when we take that responsibility, it helps us move through anything, really. I think it can help us move through absolutely anything. So you've already heard, you heard in Felicia's music, you heard Camille, you heard Jim when he opened us up talk about who and what we are, you know? And when we stay strong in that, then we are connected to and empowered by faculties that we don't even realize that we have. But that's our first step. Always our first step is to stay connected. Now, I want to be clear as I'm saying all of this, that I am not in any way spiritual bypassing, because I know there's pain. I know there's pain in the world. And I know there's systems that have been set up to keep people in pain, to keep people oppressed. And I believe that. And I also know that from a minor point, that, you know, I'm not going to be a runway model, right? I'm 5 foot tall. I'm not going to be a prima ballerina at this point. I'm not going to play one-on-one with Caitlin Clark and win. I can still beat Mason, my 7-year-old twin, but probably not for long. So there's scales. And I get that, and I'm not diminishing that for anyone or for any group of people. But I'm saying that where we are, we can take stock of what is going on for us, and we can reframe it. We have that ability to reframe it. And it's about our choices. And I'm also want to be clear that I'm not talking about a freedom to walk on other people. I think that's probably clear, but I want it to be said that when we're talking about empowering ourselves, that does not mean to disempower others. And it doesn't have to be that way. There's more than enough for all of us to have our good. There's more than enough for each one of us to live our dreams. That's the way the universe works. It's not limited. It's not limited. We limit. That's a human thing. That's a human thing. But it is your responsibility, and it is my responsibility to create by design, not default. To create with intention, with purpose. Yeah? It is. It is. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that freedom is not the right to live as we please, but the right to find how we ought to live in order to fulfill our potential. You like that? Love Ralph Waldo Emerson. Freedom is not the right to live as we please, but the right to find out how we ought to live to fulfill our potential. I'm going to add, if I can be so bold, our potential is to live as divine incarnations, to live our highest possibilities, to give our gifts, to receive our good. That's our purpose. Now, it's going to look unique for each one of us. But that's our purpose. So last month, you all know that I took 10 days and I went to Gainesville, and I was involved with the River Phoenix Center for Peace Building. And I did what they call an immersion, and there's 4 pillars to it. And over time, I will be sharing what that experience was like for me. But one of the things we did, or one of the things I want to point out this morning, is I met a man, and his name is Amir Summer, an American might say. But Amir is half Israeli, half Palestinian. That mixed religion and mixed nationality is really illegal. It's taboo. And it's taboo in both of his families. And he has written, he's an award-winning poet and author. He's a brilliant brilliant young man. And he wrote that the war is killing me twice. Can you imagine being in that position? Can you imagine? And yet, he was there at this peace-building immersion. He was there learning restorative justice. He was there learning conflict coaching. He was there studying deeper emotional learning, social emotional learning. He was there imagining peace for his families, for his friends, for his countries, for himself. So I don't mean to diminish any of the pain that any of us might feel. Whether we're raising children, we're raising ourselves, or we're trying to create peace in a war-torn nation. This is work requires holy boldness. The work of living requires holy boldness for each one of us, no matter where we are in life or what we're facing. And it requires an awareness of where we are and the truth of where we are. It requires our responsibility to make our highest and best choices each and every day. And I'm going to get to, it requires that we have a gentleness with ourselves too. I think that's really important for us to understand. It requires for us to understand that divine essence, that one that brought us here, that didn't leave us but is still here, that we are immersed in, that energy, that source and substance of all life is love itself. It is love. It is love. And it is creative intelligence. And it's present in us. And that's our responsibility then, to recognize that, to utilize that for whatever endeavors we're involved in. So I want to ask you, and again, this can be rhetorical, you don't have to shout it out, but do you want to feel that passion, that wildly passionate feeling within yourself to thrive? Yes. To survive, beyond survive, but to thrive, to be unrestrained, to be unbounded, to be unstoppable. Yeah, man, ooh, it feels so good to imagine that. And are you ready then to take on anything that you have to take on in order to experience that? And are you ready to use your faith and your strength and your trust and this unlimited good in this universe that is here supporting us? Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Because see, in Science of Mind, what we teach is that our freedom, that freedom to create no matter what, that freedom to create in spite of circumstances, that freedom is a divine quality. It's our divine inheritance. It's who we are. It's what we are. It's what we are. We've inherited it. My grandsons inherited it, right? That independent expression, that creativity, it is so natural in them. Now, however, it's incumbent upon the parents or the adults around them to keep them safe, isn't it? So it's incumbent upon them to probably place some restrictions or some restraint around them. But I would imagine that there's not too many of us in this room who still need that kind of parental guidance. There's probably not too many of us in this room that need an outside constraint on us once we've recognized and woken up to who and what we are. When we get that, when we grow into our spiritual nature, when we understand that this is a spiritual universe, when we understand that life operates by spiritual law, when we understand things like cause and effect, then we get to blossom. We get to blossom. It's very, very exciting how all this works, don't you think? I mean, I really think it's really divinely designed. Yeah, you think? Because these aren't my ideas. These are just the way it is. It's the way that it is. And yet, there are internal constraints. There are internal limitations that we probably are all a little too familiar with. That really doesn't matter where they came from at our age. What matters is we recognize them for what they are. And we call them out when we need to. That's not my truth anymore. That was never my truth. That's not who and what I am. We need to have that spiritual awareness about us all the time. All the time. And we can have a discernment, this, not that, this, not that, you know. But to have that sense of freedom, to choose, to be free, to wear the clothes we want to wear, to show up the way we want to show up, to do the creative pursuits we want to have, to be the person we want to be. I invite you to find that inner bondage, that place in yourself that limits you. Because I venture to guess that most of us in this room, I can't see you at home, but most of us don't have real constraints on us. Again, my grandchildren do. They need to keep them safe. No, you can't go ride your bike or your go-kart or your dirt bike in the street in the dark. No, can't do that, right? There's got to be some of that. But for us, does there? Think about your own limits that you place on yourself, the limits you place on yourself, the restrictions. They can be conscious, unconscious, down in the subconscious, beneath your awareness. Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now says to know yourself. And that's what I'm asking you, to really know what goes on in there. To know yourself as the being underneath the thinker. The being underneath the thinker. The stillness underneath the mental noise. The love and the joy underneath the pain is freedom, salvation, enlightenment. That's our freedom. That's our Savior, is to know who and what we are. So we have to spend time doing that, discovering that. Again, that God's not limited. We limit ourselves. We perpetuate, perceive, and impose ideas that just are not true. So here's a quote that I brought back from the immersion. Jeffrey Weisberg is the executive director of the River Phoenix Center for Peace Building. He's the husband of Heart Phoenix, and Heart Phoenix is the mother of River and Joaquin and 3 other delightful young adults. But here's what he said. We don't rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training. Ouch. I'm putting you on the hot seat this morning. Think about that. Think about that. We don't rise to the level of our expectations. I know that's what I stand up here and say a lot of times, don't I? Am I contradicting myself? Kind of, sort of, maybe. But that really resonated with me. We don't rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training. This shit takes practice. It takes practice. Lots of practice. Because we have habits, we have old ideas, we have ways of being that do not serve us, and most of it we're not even aware of. You remember the thing about the iceberg? Yeah. That there's 90% of the icebergs under the surface. In psychology, we learned that 95% of what's going on for us mentally, emotionally, physically, is under the surface. It takes effort. It takes us to wake up. It takes us to want to do this. Do you want to do it? Do you want to live a grand life? All your dreams? Yeah. It takes us digging into some of that icky stuff sometimes. Eric Butterworth, I know many of you just took this class. He said, nothing else satisfies or fulfills unless you enjoy the freedom that comes from control of your inner world of mind and emotions. Isn't this an interesting phrase? You enjoy the freedom that comes from controlling your mind and your emotions. But that's the only way we get there, is to really understand what's going on down there in the subconscious, to really look at why we react in the ways we do, why we think the ways we do. To uncover it, discover it, and turn it around and tell it a truth statement. Oh no, not me, I'm God. I'm the divine incarnate. You don't know what I'm capable of. Because I'm unlimited, I'm unstoppable. Yeah, man. We did an exercise with, we were in groups, and one person in our group had a family issue, and it was a pretty big deal family issue, and we started brainstorming. What are all the things that could be down there under the surface? Hidden in the water, right? Hidden in the subconscious. And somebody hit on something, and there was a light bulb that went off, and that person's life will never be the same. Because a perspective shifted. Oh my God, that's it. Because there's this thing, and then we believed, and oh my God. It just takes a shift of perspective to make everything seem right. It's amazing how this works. So I want to take a minute to pause, allow you to breathe, and think of something that's going on for you. And it can be you, it could be what's in the news today. Bring that challenge to mind. And I want you to just take a moment and imagine it another way. Just imagine it another way. What else could be going on? What could be under the surface? What could be driving that behavior? What kind of needs might be calling out? This could be an inner conflict. Ask yourself, what do I need in this situation? If there's someone else involved, what could be going on for them? Just imagine. And now imagine the highest possibility, the greatest potential, the highest truth, the best good. Stretch yourself, because sometimes we simply need a different story. All right, bring yourself back. So much imagining going on in the world, imagining going on right here in this space, imagining going on at home, imagining going on in the make-believe lives of my children, my grandchildren's minds, the 19-month-old who's imagining. Use that imagination. Use it with great responsibility, with great care, with great insight, knowing that the entire universe is rising up in support, as we are too. So in that quote that I gave you about we fall to the level of our training, if you don't feel you're there right now to be able to turn this situation around for us, you have a dozen practitioners here. They have trained for at least 4 years. Most of them have trained for decades. and we're still learning. And we're here to support you in turning it around. Just ask. Go over there, fill out a slip. If you want to be called, put your name and number on there. If you want to wait, you can pray with the practitioner of the day. Actually, there's many in the room here this morning. Can our practitioners stand up? You guys stand up. Here's our practitioners in the room. Yeah, rely on us. Rely on us. And we've got probably 9 more coming into training. It's a really good thing. And I know each and every one of us are practitioners, and I'm really grateful to be here with you. Love you. So it is.
Okay, this is a song that I wrote to try and turn around my own issues and pain. So. Drowning in an ocean of tears. But if I have learned anything throughout these many years, it's to love unconditionally, surrendering to your will, and to live in acceptance as my faith grows stronger still. True blue, true blue. It's always been you, my Lord. Oh, I am strong enough. I am brave enough. I am never alone. 'Cause, oh Lord, I always had you.
are so fortunate to have so much talent to come and join us every week. It is now time for us to practice the law of circulation with our offerings. And please remember that our center tithes to the community, to several organizations, and this all comes from our hearts. So whatever you can, please help us out to help our neighbors. The law of circulation is like smiling at a stranger and having that stranger smile back to us. So whatever you have to give comes back to you, not necessarily in the same kind of way. It could be someone helping you with something. It could be a donation of some kind. Whatever, but it does come back to you. So open your hearts and help us out. And Bobby?
Thank you, Nicole. Let's sing together. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on.
Thank you, Bobby. And let's not forget Frankie. She's in there backing him up. Lisa would like to share something with you before I go into the list of announcements. So Lisa, take it away.
Hi. I just wanted to let everybody know that on this Thursday, a group of us are going to getting together, and we're going to Bangkok Restaurant at 5 o'clock. Before then, we go to Unity for the solstice, summer solstice celebration that's happening around the labyrinth. So men and women are invited. It's not just for the ladies. And so if you would like to join us, please let me know so I can tell Bangkok how many people are going to be there. Okay? So, and then of course the other one is at Rising Tides, which is the women's monthly meditation that will also be the summer solstice. But this is for us on Thursday, Bangkok 5 o'clock, and then from there we'll go to Unity for the summer solstice celebration. Okay, so let me know, or let Jane or Angelica know, the three of us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay, we have a newsletter that comes out every week. So if you're interested in receiving that and you don't already, there's a sign-up sheet on the table, and we'll include you in that newsletter. We have every Wednesday, it's called the SLC group, Spiritual Living Circle. Jim, would you stand up? Jim is our main host. So if you're not joining, if you have not gotten your name on the list of people that are invited to join, the discussions are incredible. We have a great time. We laugh, we get serious, we just really get into some very important subject matter. So join us. It's great. We have a new class opening up on Tuesday, given by Reverend Shell. It's about affirmative prayer. Now, as Theresa mentioned earlier, we practitioners have gone through many years of training. So we're trained, but I am going to renew my training in that, because if you read a book or watch a movie or whatever, more than once, new ideas enter your mind. New things pop out at you. So join me. Sign up. Take this class. Learn how to pray for yourself. Learn how to pray for your spouse or your child or your friend. It's a very important thing to know how to do. So join me. Be part of the class. During the month of July and August, we will not be meeting in this room because it's being renovated. We will be at the community center, and it was shown to me that the entrance for going in there is over here on the side instead of in front. So for the month of July and August, please join us over there.
It's just 3 buildings down the parking lot. Just really
Yeah, it's
long distance from here. And the back room is the big front room, the back side of the exhibition center.
now for anyone who is here for the first time, we have past issues of the Science of Mind magazine, and you can see any one of the practitioners to get one. We all have golden name tags on, so you can find us somewhere around the room, and Hector in the back is also there to help hand them out. And it's got incredible articles. That's where we get our discussions from for our Wednesday reading group. And it's an amazing, amazing magazine. So if you are new, please get a copy. I will be the practitioner of the day, so if you need prayer work, I will be over there. And please join us for coffee and snacks as part of our fellowship. Thank you so much.
Yearning to be released from the prison of the mind, to align with the divine, singing glory, glory, glory. Jaya, 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 set me free. We're going to sing that together in a minute. Set me free to align with the divine. Set me free. Here we go.